What's up, guys? It's your boy, GRC. I'm back. I did a 5-hour live stream until 1 in the morning yesterday, and I'm here. Look at me. I actually woke up 35 minutes ago. So it was like GRC gets his sleep, like one way or the other. So if he stays up, it just pushes. Some people kind of do that thing where if they stay up, they're like, whoops, I'll just take the L on that. My body is just like, oh, 10:45. Again, I'm not working like at a normal job, so I guess that wouldn't matter. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. Me and Sam are going to do some catching up today, and if you don't like that, then you can lick my balls because I want to talk to Sam. Me and Sam have known each other for a long time, and when we're both hustling, he knows that, I know that. We don't really get into like the weeds about it too often. We just like, if we have a milestone, we'll just mention it. So like we talk, and he's been basically high scoring everything in his life for the most part, and I've been just like our game plans are a little different because of totally different spots in life, and we're just working. We're trying to stay here. We love the bear market. Oh, me and Sam were built for this situation, weren't we, Sam? We were built for this because we'll just wake up tomorrow morning and be like, we need to know more. We need to know more. And when a bull market's happening, sometimes that can be counterproductive because it's like not necessarily time to learn. You can almost have negative externalities for learning when a market's topping out because you don't understand that macro. You don't understand that the selling is not a result of like the fair market. It's just a result of everyone selling at the same time. So it's very interesting as we get more into this. We're going to pop into the test net. We're going to do like test net for dummies because Sam hasn't really messed with it much. I messed with a little bit back in the day. I stopped. I did a little bit yesterday. I asked everyone for a test pulse. They sent me plenty. Thank you very much. And we're going to work through some of the normal stuff for like that. For anyone who's overwhelmed by the test net, it is so easy. Other than the bridging part, like I think the hardest part would be bridging from Ethereum and back. And if you can practice doing that, you're done. That's all you really have to do after you provide liquidity, earn yield, and see what kind of delegating you want to do. So, guys, how holding up, GRC? How am I holding up? Come on, bro. Guys, DeFi proof, 1 minute, 9 seconds. Sam's in the back. We're excited. We're going to talk. Let's get into it.
You already know what time it is.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
Smoking a blunt on my way to the gym. 11 a.m. and I'm already tuned in. Got me some hex and I'm making a stake. Got me some hedge and I'm making it rain. Pay me some maxi and that's just in case. Jim ready to set me to show you the way.
DeFi proof.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Ready to take notes.
You guys don't stand up and dance along.
It's good, bro. I love it.
Sam Stolt, how are you doing?
Bro, it's been, I feel like we actually haven't, even though we're talking every day doing this show, I feel like we hadn't actually talked in like a while. Like it's been probably a week almost since we've talked, but we haven't really like had a conversation back and forth. So I'm looking forward to this. We also have like the super basic, like how to set up your testnet shit and how to actually go through and start doing stuff. If you've never used an app before, or a dApp, or like Uniswap or PancakeSwap or something like that, then this will be helpful for you. We're going to do that in the second half later today. How was that stream, bro, last night?
It was interesting. I kind of like not a lot of those guys show their faces, so I kind of turned into like the host just in the beginning and the end, but I asked a few questions, made a few comments throughout. It was really, it's hard. It's hard for me with that kind of stuff because I'm not very sharp at night. So again, when I say sharp, I'm more so just tired. And but I stayed up for the whole thing. I learned a lot, crazy stuff. The stream,
Who was on?
we were 5 streaming, so there was 5 different streams pulled up, and I think there was 300 live viewers, like most of the time. On the
was that with
Axis and Wales?
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
We're doing another one on Sunday, guys. So there's another one on Sunday, part 2. There's multi-streaming it again. It worked marvelously. Like there was a lot of views on like throughout the whole platform of the 5. There was a lot of views, and I mean those were hardcore slides. Like I think we went through 45 slides, like dense ass slides, and this dude never really he was just spitting off his top, going through the whole thing. I was just listening, man. It was really interesting.
Those are very in-depth slides. Like you really put a lot of time and effort into those. When he pulled them up the other day, I was like, wow, bro, that's cool on you. That's dope. Putting another work.
You're used to seeing like bicep.
Yeah, you got like 4 words. So like his are just like information packed, jam packed.
It's interesting hanging out with some of these guys because it is almost a culture shock for me and Sam too. When someone even wants to talk like that, I'm almost trying to wrap my head around. It's like this guy exists. Like people like this exist. Like I didn't know anyone like me. I don't mean by like any sort of smartness category, but the desire to learn. That's odd. It doesn't feel normal in real life because I don't see it. That's why I like isolate myself, because when I bring up crypto to my family and friends, they regurgitate at the thought. Isn't that weird? It makes them ill. And I'm not saying this. You know what I mean, guys. Anyone who's watching this, I'm trying to describe what
do you think that maybe like, because we've talked just briefly about, there's some stuff maybe button heads on like with the family type stuff. Do you think that?
But I'm talking about general sentiment. I
know. But do you think that could be like an underlying piece related to the family stuff because you're open to learning and just constantly trying to learn, and then when you're around, say, people that maybe just you feel that are not as open to learning, and then
they're not learning about what I'm learning about. That's fair to say.
100%.
They're learning about stuff. I'm learning about stuff. But the excitement that I bring to this world is not always received with open arms. It's a little too much. It doesn't feel normal to most people. I wake up like a pistol. I've trained myself to not know what to do other than try to figure out what the right thing to do is. Literally, like I wake up and I'm like, what's the next move? Like what should I have to do today? And even like something as medial as like, I don't care what anyone says. This is real human life. I had to do the Verizon thing. I had to get a refund for something, and I finally got it back. And it was on my to-do list for 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? That thing was killing me. But every day I thought about that. But again, like everything, you don't want to miss anything. Like you got to be very specific.
I have a list of just a boatload of different stuff to get done. Some of the things like follow up with my text messages. I have text messages from family members that I just didn't get to. I just don't open my text messages, right? If you DM me on Twitter, there's a decent chance I haven't responded yet. And like call certain people because those things take up mental space, but I feel it is helpful to get them done and just knock them out of here. But I'm perpetually working on getting better at accomplishing those things on there and just taking action to knock all those things down. But that felt great to get rid of that thing.
My whole thing, oh my God. But at first they're like, we're going to send you a check in the mail. And I was like, of course. Of course you guys are going to send. That's like their last like F you. It's like, oh, you finished all your tasks. I'm going to send you a check in 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. What were you about to say?
And I told her, I said, there's a transaction on my debit card account. I'd like you to reverse that. Not send me a check. You know what I mean? Like, why are you sending me a check? You took it out of my account.
Correct.
Hexakin Tattooer, Tyrannosaurus Hex, Hexakin, KS, Seek555. The chat last night was, dude, it was so weird. Last night was like a trip. I was tripping out. Like, how you holding up, GRC? Thought you were going to pass out on the stream last night. Yes. I did think I was going to pass out too, but I stayed up because I'm a warrior. Tank Crypto, Par Excellence, Crypto Class, great to see you in here. Terrafin, Firefighting 82. I'm still getting through last night's stream. Yeah, that was a lot.
Go
ahead.
I was going to say, I met a buddy that we connected over because I've been putting out content for years, right? And we met in person for the first time from another country. He's from the UK, probably from when I used to live in Hawaii. And so that was kind of a cool experience, and meeting somebody that we've messaged and video chatted many times over the last 4 or 5, 6 years, or however long. When was the last time I was in Hawaii? And to meet them in person, that was kind of cool. That was something interesting that's happened. I also worked on a lot of my goals for this coming quarter. Have you thought about goals for this quarter? And also anybody who's listening, have you guys thought about it?
To be honest, no, I have not. I've just been pretty much going on the seat of my pants trying to make some shit happen. Like for me right now, like I just haven't even been in the game that long. I'm trying. My goals are probably more like day to day at this point. For real.
No, nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yeah, like they pretty much are like maybe week to week. I would say would be more fair. Week to week are my goals. I can't think much past that because there's too much variability within the newness of what I'm doing. But for you, I mean, let's be real. You've been doing this for years and years and years, and you're starting to have some of the best quarters that you've run into. And he said he had, and I'm paraphrasing, maybe the best quarter of your life for that business.
Yeah, I haven't chatted with you, but that thing came through finally. I owned
all the way through.
All the way through, got the money into the account.
Are you
and everything.
Fucking kidding me?
Yeah. So that came through. That's why we went to dinner the other night. My girlfriend and I had this.
Right, great. Was it good?
It was good. It's crazy. So for context, about 2.5 years ago, I purchased a mortgage, a distressed mortgage. So what that means in English is that you buy a note for a property, but they're not making payments. So it's distressed, right? Because they're not getting payments. So I buy this thing. It has a par value, which just means on the paper, it says it's this amount that they owe, right? But you can buy it for pennies on the dollar. So it might say GRC owes me $10,000, but GRC is not paying me, but I have a lien against his house for 10 grand, right? So I know that I'll be able to collect this at some point in the future, but in this moment, he's not paying me. And so maybe I buy that, I sell that for $1,000 to somebody else. So now they have a note on GRC's house for $10,000 that they purchased for $1,000. So that was effectively what it was like, but it was a mortgage, so that there was a lot more money involved there. And that was about 2.5 years ago. The property finally sold because I was going to go through with foreclosure on it, or she ended up selling the property instead. So it worked out perfectly. I got paid off. One of the best investments I've had since making investments. So that came through the other day. Girlfriend and I went out to a nice dinner. A lot of fun. Now it's back at the grind, setting up new.
Back on the grind, level up, quick moving, no breaks, baby.
No time off.
No.
2 hours, dinner, done.
He's not there yet. He can have time off when he's like 73, 74, like chilling. He'll take a day off, 2 days off, a week off. But his girl and him connect very honestly about all that stuff. So, like, they were like, she knows Sam very intimately, clearly. So she knows his habits already. And she kind of knows, she probably knew how this was going to go, just like I did. Like, I knew if someone gave you $1 billion, I wouldn't really guess where you would be tomorrow. You'd probably be.
I would be right back here.
You'd be right here, and you'd be working, and you'd be strategizing for your next level up, and you'd just be.
How do I get to 10 billion? Right, like.
But you do it because it gives you more flexibility within your business, and then you can change people's lives. People tell me all the time, I don't want to be one of these rich guys, and you're trying to be one of these rich guys. You're trying to be this. You're trying to be that, and I'm like, what? Who's picking what I am? First of all, like, who picked that? Did you pick it when I was little? You decided what I was going to be? No. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. Like, I just want to be able to help more people. I want to be able to do more shit. Like, to be honest, like, I want to be able to do more shit. I want it to be less like humble than that, because it's really not even that humble. Like, I want to be able to do more shit.
Bro, you like going through and helping yourself more, you end up helping other people, because like I tell my girlfriend that like if I'm going to work 12 hours a day, like that's what I'm going to do because I need to do that for myself. And by me helping myself, I can be a better human. I can be a better leader in our relationship. So I just work 7 days a week. Like if we're going to go, we go to the beach like a couple times a week. We'll be at the beach for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then I'll be like, cool, I'm going back to work. Like, let's go home. We're done. Fucking cool. Awesome. Right. Like, and by going through and helping myself more, I'm able to help her grow more. I don't know how many times she's like thanked me because it's like I've helped her in different ways, like her growing. And now she's talking to her friends and you can hear the communication about her helping her friends grow. So there's like that ripple effect. So the more you're going through and focusing on GRC and figuring out whatever that single piece is, like this next couple of years for you, dude, it's going to be cray.
And I know from being in around the block, like around town, it's just like you have to stick and stay. Like it's just about being there at some point at the bottom level, at the way bottom level. Like you just have to show up every day because people prove again and again that they're not willing to do that. It's the barrier to entry nowadays. The barrier to entry is just being there. Being good is just makes you great. But you can get there without even being good. I watch streamers all the time that suck, but they're good at talking about crypto. That's for damn sure. Or
bro,
whatever.
You're right. I don't know who says this, but it's something to the likes of winning or success or financial, like, you know, freedom. 99% of that equation is consistency with showing the fuck up. Period. Like you don't get to great until you show up every day to get great. Right?
And we saw that already. We already did that. Everyone told me about being ripped, about being this, about what's realistic, about what's normal, about this. Everyone gave me everything that they had at my school, let's say, because that's when I started training, high school. So in high school, for example, everyone was giving me, I was small, like no GRC, very tiny, almost like abnormally small to a degree until I hit puberty, obviously, but I stayed in a non-pubescent state for a few years in high school. But I was very athletic, like to the point where I could run away from anyone, you know, in any sport. Like I was fast enough or whatever. So I forgot what I was mentioning in the beginning.
The consistency relating.
Yeah, no, I just realized, like, because everyone there was athletes already. There was guys getting D1 scholarships already in my grade, and I was prepubescent. Like, so that's a big, you know, like, whoa, like, could that ever be me? And now those guys are average Joes. No offense, and they work and they're smart or whatever. They're not average Joes as far as the physique world would be concerned, I guess. And when I take my shirt off, I look like a model, and it's because I showed up every day. I swear I haven't been to the gym in 7 days. I completely hurt my back so bad, and I'm just resting up. Nothing like to the point where I can't sit and stream, but to the point where it hurts when I sleep. So I don't want to train at all. And it's been pretty hard for me. I've been a little emotional the last 7 days, and that usually happens as a result of me not working out.
It's like taking away a part of your life, right? It would be like
I like start crying during a movie. I did it in 4 days.
Yeah, that would be like me trying to stop.
Yeah, if I could portray anything to the audience, I am not perfect by any means. Please, God, if you think that I'm perfect in any way, you are just incorrect. Maybe I present myself well as a speaker, and that's a skill of mine, and that's something I've always used. I like to present myself well. I like to speak in front of people. I like to be in that position, but don't get it twisted for a second. I have stuff that I have to work on that is so deep and, you know, into my life, things that I really have to unpeel, things that I'm going to struggle to get through. But I'm 100% ready for that. You know what I mean? This is not about my feelings anymore. It used to be all about my feelings. Now it's just about how do I fix what I need to do so I can be the best leader? Because I'm a man. What else am I going to do? Like, I want to be a leader. I don't want to drink. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't want to just waste it.
I completely agree with what you're saying in the sentiment of all of this, what we've been chatting about. And I just remembered something else that has changed since last time I talked to you. I hired guys. So one of the things that I hired somebody. I hired my first Well, I had a company and I've hired people before for my previous company and I sold that company. But for what I'm currently working on now, you can check down below if you're curious to, check out different types of things like that, research compounds and whatnot. But I hired somebody to help me with the marketing piece of it. So $1,000 a month, got it all set up last night on the call, probably like 9:30. It's like 10:08 and I was like, hey man, I gotta go to bed. It's fucking my bedtime. Getting all the pieces set up so that hopefully I turn that $1,000 investment, because hiring somebody a lot of times can be viewed as a cost, but if you view it as an investment and making it the return on investment or growing yourself and that kind of thing, this can be a great experience. And this is, my objective is to make this quarter an amazing quarter. So I'm excited.
Yeah, you're hitting your stride, and I think you're doing it in like a holy shit. And I think you're doing it in like a normal, like a good time. Like I think this is a good, like it feels. You definitely deserve
growing right now in the bear market, dude. Like,
yeah, it gets ridiculous when you know what you start to talk about with the economic part of it, because it's just like, because people stop work. It's hard to explain. Me and Sam know that most people live right around overhead, right around it, and that's most people. That's most successful people, if you really want me to be honest. Like I don't want to, I'll bring up an ex-girlfriend or something, for example. They always had better jobs than me or whatever. Like they always had jobs where they were like, they went to school for a while and they seemed making $85,000 to like $115,000 a year. They were always broke. I never thought much of it. I just went about my day. Like I was never broke because I just, I was too embarrassed to be broke. So I would at least have, enough to get around. And I was working like a horse. So it was like, but it was interesting because, and I still see the same sentiment. It's like people just work to that point where they spend just about all their money anyway. So it's less about the economic structure and it's more about the underlying understanding, or like brainwash, like you could say, to a degree, because it's like people think I dress nice all the time. They'll mention you, like I dress clean. I literally wear black t-shirts and black jeans and the same fucking shoes. And when those shoes go bad, I buy the same pair. And they're $40.
Does that give you almost, when you were describing that with like, say, ex-girlfriends or just friends or something like that, did that kind of give you a little bit of like a chip on your shoulder, or just not like maybe a chip, but just like,
I always knew they were getting wrecked. No, I always knew they were getting wrecked deep down. Like I knew the school system thing. I was like, you went 4 years for that shit. That ain't worth it. I was like, in my head, I knew the most successful guys were, I had a few engineer buddies that were like fucking with like really good tech, and they were like making like bomb money, and they were still getting wrecked. They were getting smothered, and they were slaves to another man who was generally unhappy and fat in the engineering world. I'm just generalizing, but you know what I mean. The classic boss who's been there for a while, he's jaded, you're working for him, and he don't want to do shit except have you do everything. And you got to do that for about 7.5 years until you seniority enough up or switch enough jobs, or are proficient enough to like supersede that, which is rare because it's all social. It's like, oh, I like Johnny more. Like if I don't care if there's a dude that's better than Sam at something, I'm probably gonna pick Sam just because I'd rather work with him. You know what I mean? So it's again,
but that's that's the problem in so many of these companies. Like that's one of the reasons I don't want to even work at one of like these companies.
You can't, dude. If someone was telling you what to do, dude, fuck that, dude. No,
literally. So everybody, I'm 37, right? So since I was 17, probably 16 actually, because I probably started working when I was 14 for my dad and stuff. Anyways, the point is, every single year to year and a half, I've switched jobs up until I started my own thing about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And it's like there's a peaceful calm that has come with I'm okay with doing this for the rest of my life. Like not necessarily these businesses, right? But being who I am and taking the responsibility to create new businesses and provide more value, do more and more investing, helping more and more people through this process. And it has been a very busy time or loud time in my mind for long time. And now it is so much more peaceful because I'm on that journey where I had stories, right, that I would tell myself around friends or whatever the case. And I did the school thing because I thought it was the thing to do because I was homeschooled my whole life, right? So K through 12, you didn't go to school and you're like, oh, these fuckers are probably not making a super great decision. I didn't know that. So I go to homeschool.
That's the hardest part. It's the double back. It's you never know because your parents aren't sitting there like, Sonny, this is how some kids are. This is how other kids are. And let's compare and contrast the two. No one does that. They are living in their own bubble. And then they teach you their bubble. And that's their job to a degree. But you have to, if you want to be a leader of sorts, I guess, you have to kind of get out and then come back and then realize what's going on and then head out again. And it's like you see it with the Mormon community a lot. It's like because they have to conflict with it, then they have to conflict with their family, and then they have to make an ultimate decision, right? And it's always like a long process. It's never because you have to learn. Like you can't. That we would have to all be super autistic and just be like completely non-biased. That's not how life is. We all have ego, and you know how that goes. Morning, Monica, Tyrannosaurus Hex, everyone in the chat. Let me address everyone real quick. Guys, I think you know that I'm going to be a little off topic today, and I think you all know why. Because I streamed for 3.5 hours last night, live, multi-stream, 300 live viewers throughout the whole thing on the restream. It was popping. The whole community was vibing with it. We had a great time. But today's another day, guys. Pokegon, another day in the Pokegon Kingdom. And we need to share this out like this. I did not advertise for this at all because I woke up 35 minutes ago. You know that's not how I usually do. But I had to sacrifice a little last night. And we're going to get right back on it. No issue. We have shows lined up. We have Chad Inu coming on tomorrow, which is like a hot topic right now. And I'm going to be talking about, me and Sam are going to be diving into some real crazy topics this coming week. So like we're talking about Chia at some point. We're going to have a Chia episode.
The white paper. So here's just the first take. Scroll through their website. Andrew Horowitz, who is an angel investor, is behind it. So I'm like, oh man, it's a fucking angel project. Doesn't mean it's not going to be good, but that was my first thought this morning.
What does that indicate to you?
There's probably more short-term thinking, right? Because if I'm putting money into something, I like to have a time frame of when I'm going to get money out of this thing, right? And
you think if you were going to put money in there, then you might have had a discussion with someone.
And influenced in a way. So if you have 12 investors, they have them listed on the site. Andrew Horowitz is like in that arena of venture capitalism, people view him as a very successful venture capitalist or somebody who invests in small stage startups and in technology startups. And so I see this on there. I mean, I respect the guy who's super successful in his realm of what he does, but I'm like, just a slight put off when you see venture capital in crypto personally, but the project still could be super cool. We're going to do a deep dive on it. I looked at the white paper too. It's 38 pages. So clearly you get to see a difference when venture capital is involved versus when venture capital is not involved. If venture capital is not involved, there's grammatical errors up the fucking wazoo, and the paper doesn't flow, and it is not detailed, and it is missing tons and tons and tons of information. If you look at a project that is backed by venture capital, that means there is going to be money coming in from legacy. They want to know all the details. So if you want to understand what is a detailed white paper, look at something that's backed by venture capital. If you want to understand something that's not, check out some of the projects that are launching on Pulse. No offense to anybody who's launching shit on Pulse. A lot of them are fucking awesome, right? But those are the ones that I've been reading. I'm sure that it's on Binance or any other fucking chain out there as well, but they're just not as detailed in the comprehensiveness of what's put forth in the white paper. We'll also have some other topics too that we're going to be probably mentioning tomorrow, what we're going to be covering this week. Did you want to get into the test?
Yeah, I want to get into. So guys, it's been 38 minutes. I'm going to have Sam talk real quick. I have to throw some sweatpants on. It's freaking freezing in here. But talk for a few minutes about what do you know about the testnet? What Me and Sam are kind of tech stooges, guys. So just work with us here. But there's a lot of people in here that probably have never opened the testnet. So really, we always know how this goes. Me and Sam are like, we're tech stooges, and then we're like, who's played with the testnet? It's like 3 guys, and then you're like, okay, no one's played with the testnet over here. So the average user probably doesn't play with the testnet.
Correct.
I would say if you want to do a 5149, I would say most of them don't. So let's talk about that. I have some test PLS and some test PLSX. We're going to pull it up. Give me 1 second.
And I have not played with the testnet at all. And one of the reasons was because I didn't want to go through the learning process of adding the testnet to MetaMask. So we're going to start there. How do you add to your whatever needs to be added? There's about 5 different inputs to your MetaMask so that you can have the Pulse testnet so you can play on it. And it's a lot easier than you actually think. There's a resource that I'm going to show you how to actually do this super fast. I've got about 100,000 Pulse. Maybe what we can actually do is I can send some of mine over to GRC. So let's pull this up real quick. So you get to see, I'm going to share my entire screen. So hopefully I don't have any bad things pulled up here. You guys can see this. Okay. So this is so that you can see MetaMask. This is something called chainlist.org. Let me actually do this. Chainlist.org. So over here, this is an awesome site. This is what is going to allow you to add a network to MetaMask. So if you pull up MetaMask, you come here and you say add network. This is the screen that comes up, and it's, you got to figure out your network name, your RPC. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Your chain ID. I also don't know what that is. Your currency symbol. Okay, cool. We know what this one is, right? It's going to be, then the question would be, is it PLS or PLSX, right? Because you're trading on PLSX. So not exactly sure. Your Block Explorer URL, like you got to Google all this shit and figure it out. But
no one ever in history would ever.
Right? Okay.
But this is a good segue to this website though for in general stuff. So when you're connecting to anything, guys.
Oh, it makes it so much easier. Okay. So what I do is you put in Pulsechain up here, and then you're like, mainnet, that's not live yet. So there's a little toggle right next to here. Click that. And then we know that if you go to the Pulsechain website, so this is just pulsechain.com, you scroll down, this does give you some of the information we were looking for, right? So I was wrong. It wasn't PLS. It was TPLS, right? But way easier than that. We know it's the V2B testnet. Right. So all we do is come over here, V2B. We say connect wallet, add to MetaMask. Can you see the MetaMask now? I shared the whole screen. Can you see this? Okay,
yes,
cool.
Sir.
Okay. So we're just going to approve this. This tells you the same thing that we just saw on the other screen. Gives you the URL there, chain ID, and any other details if you want to do it. We're going to switch to the network. Why don't we try to send each other money to see how quickly this actually happens?
So I'll send you some money. So go ahead and drop your Ether address for the Pulsechain testnet. Just drop your.
Yep. Okay. So now how do we actually get to Pulse testnet? We come here, I think, and we just click on one of these things, I think.
Yeah. So just go to
this is top one.
Yeah. Well, no, you don't want to. This is the faucet. So this is where.
Okay.
So you could just go to PLS text. So go down. You can go to
this one right here.
Yeah, trading.
Okay.
And that'll bring you to the PulseX exchange. And then you want to connect your wallet from there.
We got MetaMask popping up, and this is just going to say here.
Yep.
We're going to connect.
Oh, you do have a bunch.
I think Cryptographics sent me some, but I never.
So let's see if you have anything else in there. Let's check your wallet. See if there's anything else in your wallet that anyone sent you.
Okay. Let's see here if I can get this to pull up.
It might not pull up if you switch the screen. Again, guys, we're working through this. We're trying to become better streamers as we go. And we're a little out of our comfort zone because, we're just trying to.
So it says 10 million test.
So you have test PLS. So you'd like to spread your wealth a little bit, probably, right? You don't want only test PLS, right?
So let's good go. How about we take a mil?
Take a milli and let's swap it to PulseX. What's the rate? About a third?
Yeah. So it's about a third. And guys, like these are just all fucking made up numbers. Like, don't actually believe this, or the YouTube videos that are like, oh wow, it's trading for this price, and that means this. In reality, no, it has nothing to do with fucking reality. This is a made up world where everybody's playing with fucking monopoly money in terms of test world, right? So these numbers have no basis in reality whatsoever. But this is about a 3-to-1 in this, monopoly land. Let's see how much it costs. Oh, this is cool. Can you see this at the bottom?
Yeah, so it says liquidity provider fee. It actually tells you on a specific side note that fee, which is really interesting, because then you can extrapolate as the liquidity provider, get more information as you go. This will add more liquidity providers because, Sam, if you see $100 down there every time you swap it or whatever, you're going to be like, someone's making $100 on this shit. And then you'll start thinking, right, Sam? And you'll say, hey, maybe now I am in a position where I have enough income where I'm maybe not the same player I used to be. Because, you need a little bit of income to provide liquidity. Like, you want to be in there a little bit.
Yes.
Or you're just playing around, right? Like, you know what I mean? You need to get if you want to make some substantial gains opposed to opportunity cost, right? Like if you're just buying the asset.
So I think,
but again, with two assets that we love, liquidity providing is a great option. I don't care what anyone says, because it really makes what people say about liquidity providing rarely makes sense to me. If you have two assets like Hex and Ethereum that you really trust and really like, I'd be very shocked if Hex or Ethereum were off the grid in a year. Then you're not so unhappy when you make one or the other. But again, if you have your stakes and everything in line, providing liquidity is a great option, in my opinion.
You should talk about providing liquidity, because I'm going to be doing some of that now that thing came through that I mentioned earlier. So I can show you exactly what I'm doing over here, GRC, when I go through, and happy to share that with you. So, okay, so let's take a look at this. So we transferred $1 million of test pulse to PulseX. So then people are going to be, oh my God, this shit isn't here. Like, I transfer this and I just lost $1 million of my TPLS, right? You see the transaction, it went through, but I don't actually have it available. What do you need to do? I'm assuming, right? I'm testing this with you guys. We have to add a contract address, which is going to be.
Well, it'll let you add it from the PulseX front end.
Okay. How do you do that?
So let's see. I don't know. It definitely does that.
It does that in some way. Don't know how, but
there's usually an activation, like it'll ask you to, like, at some point to access go to transactions on there.
Transactions.
And then click on that.
This one here. Can you still see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so from interacting with, is this
maybe it's just loading. Wait, there's a spot that says, hang on, let me pull it up on my. I'm not gonna share stream. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I think so. What I did is I copied. So it says swap 100 or $1 million pulse for.
Click the drop down in the on token swap.
So actually, it looks like I did it twice. So it looks like I did it twice.
Whoopsie. Luckily, this is the testnet.
Yes.
So after swap, it says add token. Yeah, after swap, it says add token. That's what it usually does.
Okay, but I was like not paying attention, so clearly it did not actually add. So we can view this, I think, on here.
It's definitely there, and it definitely would drop
token
in.
Transfer. Two transfers, because I just need to copy the actual pulse. Let's take a look here.
But I've never actually copied any of those things into another fucking thing in my life. I dig it back to the GRC show roots, flying by the seats of our pants and learning as we go. Yes, sir. Bob Laguy, you know the deal. He's like, he don't like the structure that GRC's coming out with. You want that raw GRC. This is what we got right now, raw GRC. We're learning.
Okay, so this is the contract address, right? So, well, all I did, just for anybody who's listening, is GRC was like, hey, why don't you click on the transactions? This is how you learn, right? So he's like, there's two transactions here. Click on that little arrow. This brings us up to Etherscan for Pulse. And if you search up here for PulseX, I just clicked on the top link here. When this loads, it comes up with this. So it says this is a contract address. I'm going to copy this. We're going to go back over here into MetaMask, and it says import token. So
Yes.
I'm going to put that here, and it's going to say, I think it says there's 18.
And when this is live, Sam, it'll probably say like the token, like you could probably just pull it down on the browser when it's live, because on the other one it says custom or search bar.
Oh, so I probably need okay, that'll be definitely helpful, because what I literally just did is going to scare people.
Yeah, I think that definitely. No, but and I don't think you have to do that too, because I don't think I ever did that. So I think maybe we either missed it, or maybe he was clicking around on this before and we like fucked something up. But like, yeah, it should be more.
And it actually didn't work. So it's still not
oh, so yeah, you still haven't added the coin. So we have to figure out real quick. Exit out of that. We're figuring out how to add this coin from this front end right now.
So I'm going to click on here.
No, don't click on that. Well, we don't need to click on that.
Because it says if you go here, like we'll figure this out.
There's going to be a spot that says add token.
Import tokens, right?
No, not that, but that's import token to your MetaMask, but you have to actually send the tokens from the wallet, the PulseX wallet, to your wallet. So it'll be
but my wallet's connected here, so it should already be on.
No, I know, but you still have to add it. Like when you send any token, or when you swap on Uniswap anything, like if I was swapping ETH for Hex right now, if I just press the swap button and press finish, it would just be on that front end, and then it would say add to MetaMask at the end.
I had to add, when I did Pulse Doge, I had to add the token. I don't remember what I did, but I had to add Pulse Doge to the Ether wallet MetaMask when I claimed for Pulse Doge. And normally it's not like GRC is saying, it just comes up, right? Let's take a look. Because I think I'm going to have to manually do something here.
I don't think so, because I did this 100 times.
Okay, well, so tell me what you.
I don't know. I gotta look. I gotta look, and I wasn't reading while you were going through. So let's look. Standard, instant. So settings.
Expert mode.
Not in this. Let's not look. Settings.
Not here.
What about the 3 dots over on the left?
3 dots over here. Burn, info, voting, bridge. Oh, we should go through the bridge too.
Yeah.
PLS staking, docs, Twitter, and Telegram. I do think we're going to have to add it into MetaMask, bro. I think we're going to have to get.
I know, but we'll do it. But I never did that, and I have all my shit in there.
So somebody's going to run through an issue that I just ran into, because they're
for sure. No, I'm running into the issue right now. I'm trying to find the button.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is come over here to the wallet that shows up here, and I'm going to click view the transaction on Etherscan. So it says there's 0 tokens here, 2 transactions here. So let's see if we can click on this transaction. Should tell us if it says it's interacted with.
Well, if you click on the wallet and just do the pull down to like what you have in there, it'll tell you if it's in the actual wallet.
Tell me where did.
So what's the address? So look down and then see where the 2 address is, which would be your current address, and then click on it.
So this says from. So this address is mine.
So so click on the address and then go to the wallet pull down. There should be, scroll down a little bit. Is there a wallet pull down?
It says token transfers, internal transactions.
Coin balance history. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Pulse.
Go back to swap, click the drop down to select the token you want to swap. Click on the MetaMask icon and it'll add to your wallet. Okay, so
so what was that? Can you read that?
So let's go slow. Go back to swap.
Okay, so we're gonna put in 100. Okay, we're gonna say.
Okay, so what else do you say? Click the drop down to select the token. Okay, so click that one. And now go up to the PLSX. And now click on the MetaMask token, MetaMask head.
It doesn't let me click it.
What the fuck? Okay, and then let's see what else he says. Okay. Add your click on the MetaMask icon. And see, it's not fucking.
Yeah, because okay, now did you see I clicked on die, and then let me come back over here and let me see if I can switch it back and if that fixed it. Okay. It did.
Maybe it just like maybe we
for
missed
whatever.
something.
Okay,
There
so
it
this is how it should be. Something.
Hey, I'm telling you guys, I watched him click through that. It didn't come up intuitively. Like
I don't know what I was doing. It should be pretty simple. Okay, now how do I get rid of this?
just hide.
We're gonna delete that shit. Okay,
So now we're gonna want to bridge.
okay, cool. So wait a second. Let's actually go through here. How do we add test pulse? So we're gonna try that again.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch to hex, and then now it might let me.
My favorite cryptocurrency.
Now we're gonna click this and see if there's no icon for this one, so it actually doesn't let me add pulse to there, but that's fine. Did you say the next thing you want to do is bridge?
So we're gonna want to bridge.
Let's click here.
This is probably the hardest part. So if we could work through this, then
we got this. Thanks for bearing with us. Hopefully
again, it's easy it's a lot easier to work through this stuff when you're sitting there with a coffee and you can click everything 150 times and no one's watching. So just remember, like, whenever I'm clicking through this, I finish it, but I click around, you know what I mean? I ain't got nobody paying attention to me, so I have time to do it. But we're trying to explain it to you in like an interactive kind of way. So let's go ahead and connect to the bridge.
We clicked there, and then this comes up. We're gonna.
That chart was cool. What was that chart that popped up?
Hold on. Let me disconnect.
So right now we're connecting our MetaMask.
Connect account 1. Yes.
Okay, so Rinkeby testnet, guys, that just is Ethereum. So just when we're talking Rinkeby testnet, it's just Ethereum. Just think of it as Ethereum. What is that chart right there?
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to look at this. Okay, so it says PulseX info and analytics. So this is liquidity. So this is the fake made up numbers is 5.5 billion of liquidity that has been provided. It looks like that is PulseX and Hex. PulseX and Pulse, all these different coins that are being provided are what that actually adds up to. And then the volume of trading activity over the last 24 hours, 300 million.
PulseX is getting hit by the bear. I mean, test PulseX is getting crushed by the bear. Isn't it funny though? Like it's almost like people probably interact with it just in a similar like ratio, maybe not as much volume, but like as far as when it's in a bear market, people get bored, so they don't even play with the shit.
Bro. Like if you look at,
dude, pull this up. This is interesting. And guys, we're just talking about this is all just like conjecture, the bear market macro analytics, but it's interesting to note because the public sentiment it's just so clear at some point. Like it becomes clear, and then the charts usually reflect.
What happens in mid-May? Do you remember?
Dumpy poo.
And that was when the idea was Pulse was supposed to launch mid-May. As soon as people figured out it wasn't going to launch, look at this trajectory down. This is it. We're getting to levels of search volume on Google for Pulsechain to back in 2021. That's where we're getting to levels of search volume back a year ago in August. And I think on YouTube it's better than that, but still it's down significantly. Anyways, let's get back into this bridge. We should look into Helgo Crypto.
Oh yes,
later this week. I just wanted to pull this up to remind myself.
We can have the founder of that on. I think.
Yes. Anybody connect us with them, and we will have him on.
I think I've actually talked to that guy before, so we're gonna double back on that and Chia, and I think I'll be doing some Pokegon live streams when the game comes out, the interactive educational game. So I'm going to be doing like an hour here, hour there of the game when that comes out. So be ready for that.
So let's take another milli. All right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we're going to go from Pulse to Ethereum, and then we'll go back because that way you will get to, most people are going to be coming from Ethereum to Pulse, so they're going to have to come in from the other direction.
Well, but a lot of people are going to want to extract their free money.
You're right.
So think about that. Think about all the randos, and they're just like, "Oh, there's this thing." Just like me when I found Cosmos. Oh, there's this thing. Oh, I can click through it. Oh, how do I click through this? Look up a video, click through it, get my free money. Bada bing, bada boom. But I mean, I barely, I just did it for the process. I hardly made anything on that one in particular. But that's not the point. The point is people are going to want to extract their free money, whether that be Pulse, PulseX, P-Hex, free money. People want it. Macro Nightmare, people need it. Sorry. Some people need the shit. And that's just fucking real. As it's so true. Like, if you're not broke as fuck or been broke as fuck, just know people are going to be broke as fuck. Like, and they don't even see it yet. We study the we were studying crude oil and rubles last night. We're a little ahead of the curve. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's fair to say some of us have found our way to work through this, but just know, like, no prisoners with the kind of inflation, hyperinflation, hyperstagflation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. There will be no prisoners on the back end of that. In the housing market, it'll be interesting with the housing market. I really, really want to sell my fucking house, dude.
There is a loan company that just
Dude, if
filed.
someone would buy my house for 40 over listing right now, I would dump it. I don't care what anyone says.
One of these companies, a loan origination company, just filed just recently, in the last 24 hours, first blah 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 files for Chapter 11. Plano Mortgage Lender files for bankruptcy after 75% of its staff got laid off. Both of these happened in the last 24 hours.
Dude, the whole staffing thing is crazy. You mentioned it early on a week or so ago, and it just kind of flew by my head. But since then, my girlfriend and others who work in the financial industry have also been mentioning things about that, and they're concerned about that shit because they're like, people aren't working. Like, literally, she's telling me, like, the shit that she's telling me from work is bizarre. Like, she's in the industry, like the industry that we're taking over, like right now, like, is weird.
Oh,
and she knows that. She knows. She don't own crypto, but she kind of knows what's up. Like, she knows that tech. She gets it. She's not all the way there yet, but she tells me the alpha from the locker room, and or from the water cooler or whatever, and they all tell all this shit, panic mode, guys, panic mode.
are they having trouble getting people?
I don't even know what it is. It's just all bad. There's no good news. It's just bad news. They still have money, like it seems like, but what are they doing? They're getting ready to undercut everyone, and they know it. And anyone who's really smart, how can you not this is capitalism, and they overinflated everything. So you have to undercut. Rich people get richer, poor people get poorer.
These are going to be the Lunas and the Celsius. We're going to have we're going to have those, but they're going to be legacy companies. They're going to be brands that you guys know and you think you love. These companies are going to go away. They're going to go away, and they're going to, you know what they're going to do? You know how when Celsius files bankruptcy, you know what they're going to do? They're going to take everybody's fucking money. And these companies in legacy land are going to do the same exact thing. When they file,
it's just going to be, major layoffs, this and that, blah, 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 blah. We've been calling this for a year, guys. This is just this is as black and white as it gets. If we don't go into a financial recession, it's because of some fucking foolery. That's the only way that we're getting out of this. And the foolery will be the mass getting under leveraged and ruined for the rest of their days, probably. And then the people that knew what was going on being over leveraged. I mean, being in a better position, it's just ridiculous. It's even ridiculous to us, and we're the guys that know it. It's like, oh, geez. Like,
correct. This is going to be an absolute insane time. Putting that into context, you're mentioning this, and it's like, we're going to see like bloodshed. And it's like, oh, wow. I mean, it's the truth, right? It's just what it is. And we're growing. Like, you're growing and I'm growing. If you're like, oh shit, these guys are right. Like, you don't need to be scared. The only reason you should be scared is if you're not actively working on acquiring new skills and learning and applying those.
We could pretty much just like centralize that to learn fucking Web3 and crypto, please. Like learn web, like we can just simplify it for you. Learn Web3 and crypto and make money, and you will be fine.
Okay, so let's get back into this thing. And I completely agree. Like, this is gonna be utter
Survive, guys.
Like-
Survive and keep a smile on your face, baby.
Okay, so we got this up here. We're going to send 1 million test balls to the.
So basically,
Ethereum.
let's pretend that Sam got a fatty airdrop and he's like, well, I like Chia more. So I'm going to extract some of these funds out of here and back onto the Ethereum network.
So you click send, and it says send 1 million Pulse from Pulse to and receive 900. Because remember, there's a fee.
Hey, that's a nice drop down. I mean, that's a great checklist drop down.
Yeah, but there's nothing. It says okay. I guess you just click that button. I tried to click I thought this was a button. This doesn't highlight. It should. I feel like it should highlight. Right. I literally did this. I was about to call this shit out, and I was like, I don't even know how to do this because it says to do one thing, and I don't know how to do that. Okay. So you press down here, even though it wasn't super obvious. To me, like just saying, but I did not realize that. And you come over here and you press confirm. So what is this doing? This is probably switching to the Rinkeby network. So confirm. Let's see if this takes a second for it to go through. Bridges. You can think of like a bridge. If you're from New York, you know about New York. Or, I'm sure there's plenty of other toll bridges around, but there's a bridge to get into Staten Island, and you pay like $15 to get on to travel over to Staten Island every day. So if you work over there, you go into the city and then you come back every day. You're paying $15 to go back home, and that's like how you can think about a bridge. Except for the fee is not $15; it's 0.1%, 0.1% of the transaction, right? So it says we sent this right now. It says the switch network. So we're going to come down here, switch network in your MetaMask. So we're going to press that. I thought something would pop up. Nothing popped up. I clicked on MetaMask. We'll see what happens. I guess, okay. So we might have to go back. Did you already do this bridge thing? Because it doesn't look like I have the Rinkeby up here. So what I'm going to do?
Yes.
We're going to go back over here.
Perfect segue.
Rinkeby. Probably this one right here, I think. All right. We're going to press add to MetaMask, and it says error.
Liquidated.
you have been compromised.
Watch me and Sam lose all our money live. Like, what if our actual accounts just got flushed and we were just like, oh, use this website, everyone. No, this website's absolutely fucking fire. For real, though.
Okay, so nothing. Okay, let me do the test now. Okay, so I put in Rink. This is the one that comes up, but this, when I click add, it says there's an error. Expected any array with at least one valid string, HTTPS, blah, 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 blah. So it looks like we won't be finishing this process of getting our money out. You can just leave it in crypto, guys. That's kind of like the main point of this.
No. We're gonna work through this. We're gonna work through this.
All right. So it says the transaction has gone through. Now let's see what happens when we press claim. Because I thought there was another step. Okay, so it says, let's see here. Allow the site to switch to network. So now it's saying it's going to switch. Will it add the stuff directly? Mm-hmm. Switch network. Let's see if this works. Dude, we gotta get that keyboard thing that has the sounds like
Axis is alive. Axis is alive from last night's Absolute Alpha Fest. Biceps in the chat for freaking Axis alive, guys. An absolute legend. This guy has so much like creative energy that has been created that he's mentioned to me from his interaction with the Hex contract freed him up a lot mentally, he said. And obviously now it's extrapolated into his amazing insight on all these crazy, awesome topics.
So
we're going to work through this, guys. So we're going to watch Sam work back up.
I literally don't know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to figure this out. That's going to be
back up out of this, guys. Let's.
Okay, so back over here. That says it's still thinking. It said to switch the network
it's
in
thinking,
MetaMask,
guys.
So
more like Vitalik's flushing your funds.
While this is supposedly going through, I pulled up MetaMask, right? So we're currently in the Pulsechain network. Chain list doesn't actually have this up. Maybe let's see here. No, it doesn't work. Okay, so it doesn't have it up here. So now we got to actually try to figure out how to add Rinkeby to the network to MetaMask. So let's see, Rinkeby testnet, add to MetaMask. Let's see how that works. Add to MetaMask. Looks like it's about to downpour. It should give us all the information in here.
Oh, cool.
Maybe.
Hey guys, we're trying to show you, like, I know where some of this information is on certain Twitter pages, but that's not information that is presented to the public. So it's not, I'm not going to be here for all 1 billion users. And I swear to God, I know the exact place where you can click on all this stuff. But I need to see Sam go through this too. For my own, I'm an advertiser for this shit too. You know what I mean? Like, I like to push this stuff. So I need to see this process, because what do I always bring up, Sam? I always bring up that adoption is so fucking hard with this shit. It's hard.
Well,
People don't listen. They just say it's lit. The games are lit. It's all lit. And I'm like,
try explaining to somebody what we just went through to add Rinkeby to their network when the resource that is supposed to work says that there's an error.
And we're talking about someone who's not on Telegram, not on Twitter, whether Sam is on those things, but we're talking about it from someone who, like most people, are not like, oh, I remember that Richard Hart had a Twitter thread 6 weeks ago on the Rinkeby network, and I know it's in his bookmarks. Therefore, I'm just going to click on that, open it up, and click there. That's not the average experience. The average experience is just a person at their house by themselves who, and those are the people we're going to be onboarding. And I'm not saying this is clunky, like we're also very new, but in general, all of crypto is very clunky. It's like the people in Cosmos don't know the people in Pulsechain. The people over here don't know the people over here. Everyone pretends like everyone knows about their shit, but no one knows about any of the shit.
And trying to, I'm still kind of lost in how this effing works. This has been just thinking for. I'm gonna do the refresh on this page. Oh wow, look at that! It's got color now. I claimed the color in the page. I didn't get my Rinkeby claim, but I got color to the background of this. So now that I have the Rinkeby network set up, let's switch to that network. I thought I had it in here. It was in here a minute ago, but it currently is not there. Why isn't it there? Right, dude, you saw it there, right?
Yeah, I thought it was there too.
It was here a second ago. Okay, so let's try this again. Rinkeby, add to MetaMask. We're going to click here. It's going to come up with a link. Add this shit.
And if any of you guys have a really, like, the most user-friendly way, like, what is the way? I'm not talking about Twitter. Don't give me no Twitter link. I'm talking about the average person here, because I know where to get a lot of this information on Twitter, but I'm purposefully not going over there because I need to, this is important to see the average user working through all this stuff. And because this is what it is. You computer nerds that have been clicking on Bitcoin for the last decade, this is not that. If you truthfully want adoption, which that's the last thing the nerds kind of think about with the, because you know the front end stuff, right? Like what do the bodybuilders do? They make bigger companies than this, but they spend marketing up front. Their front ends are the best in the business. If you go to Greg Doucette's website, you'll probably be in shock about how good it is, because he's probably spent $3 million to have it perfect, because they understand marketing. It's all marketing.
All marketing, yes, correct.
Like if you had one button and it was centralized to the whole, just one dude, but it worked really well, everyone would use it.
So I went through, I pulled up the page over here on the left. Rinkeby name, right? This link is just the RPC link.
Settings in MetaMask. There's a setting in MetaMask that allows you to add testnets. That's
okay, cool. Let's do it up.
Let's check it out.
We're gonna click here. Wait for MetaMask to come up here. We're going to click here. We're going to...
Well, no. Hold on right there. Wait. It says Rinkeby ETH right there, and you're on the Rinkeby test network right now.
It says it right here, but it's not here.
Well, it shouldn't be there because it's the one you're actually on. So if you click on Ethereum, it'll go. So now open it up again. and it's not there.
So that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like,
fucked.
Right? Like it shouldn't be like that. Try to be like, hey, Dad, just go through and add the Rinkeby. Yeah, you just click on this link, it should work. And then
one can just add the network with a single click. Well, 2 clicks.
So somebody said you said something about the account settings, or
yes. So let's check some settings.
Connected sites. All I see is this one here. So
go to expand view.
Okay, wait a second. Expand view. And
Let's
let this load.
The MetaMask UI is absolute garbage. Correct.
Okay, maybe here to settings.
Yep. And then maybe advanced potentially.
Advanced reset.
And I've never done any of this shit. Maybe show test networks. Oh, maybe I have. Go to right there. Down one. No, not that one.
Show conversion. Oh, show test networks. Okay, so I checked that box.
Well, click the conversion one too. Let's see what that one was too. Okay.
Whoops. Yeah.
And now let's see if maybe it doesn't register because it's a test network, and then you have to go in there, and then there it is.
Well, there it is. There it is. Wow.
So it pops up all the test networks automatically,
except for Pulsechain. Yes. Okay. So now let's close these out, and I'm gonna leave that one up just in case. Okay,
guys, this is how it is. This is how it goes. I mean, come on, you got to go to real quick. Can I walk through what we just had to do?
Please.
You couldn't hit the settings button on the small browser. You actually have to expand the view, and then with the expanded view, added features are aligned, where you can go to settings, and then within that there's an advanced settings, and then if you have all that nuanced information about test networks and layer 1 protocols that all the public is so ready for. So, but no, that's just, it's sticky, guys. Again, I bring this stuff up because it's, as me and Sam go forth, we want, we're noobs. We're trying to show you, Hex Hodl, how this works for the average person.
Yes, and clearly we're learning as we go along. Okay, so this is the transaction to get ETH Rinkeby. It looks like it might work, and it says I have insufficient funds, so never mind.
Wait, oh yeah, because you might need gas.
I need gas. I need does anybody have any Rinkeby?
Someone
gas?
Send this man Rinkeby ETH now. Drop your address below.
Let me close this and get back in here real quick, so that I can drop this down here. Maybe we'll be able to get this figured out. So Rinkeby, we're going to copy this address. Let's come back over here. This is let's see, Rinkeby address. Need some test Rinkeby ETH or whatever it is called.
Drop it in the chat.
Yes. Okay. Somebody's saying go to a faucet. I've never used a faucet before, but
you can go to Pulsechain faucet.
And can I get Rinkeby one though?
Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, but there's probably a Rinkeby faucet too. So like Rinkeby testnet faucet. Or the Rinkeby faucet, yeah.
See, okay. Send me ETH. So I guess we'll just put our address in here and we're going to say send.
We're just making sure everyone in the world would be able to do this.
Oh, this is kind of a cool animation. It's like your shit is being stolen as this red dye comes down and this girl gets painted. Nice. That's interesting. Okay, so use this Rinkeby ETH to bring representation, inclusivity, and equal opportunities to Web3. It sounds like a giant company trying to be super woke. But let's click on this here.
Wokenomics.
Do I get any? Okay, cool. I have. That worked. Whoever left that comment, thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, now let's go back over to this bridge. Let's press claim and see if this thing freaking works. 46 minutes later, after playing around with this. Okay, so now it's saying transaction is going to cost this much Rinkeby ETH. We're going to confirm. Let's see if this is going to work this time. Hopefully it doesn't take 7 minutes.
Let's get our free money.
Because this is literally what people are going to have to do to get their money out. But hopefully it should be a little bit less clicking down.
Computer nerd.
This Hopefully they won't have to do this. Is this transaction taking longer because it's going to
Hey,
Ethereum?
someone block that spammer with the sex stuff, please.
Yes, delete them.
So this whole episode was teaching people the reality of what they'll be looking at. And we're not doing it from that perspective of like Axis is going through the test net, because sometimes it's better to go through it from someone who has no nuanced insight about the entire crypto space, because that is what we're dealing with here. And I'm done fucking onboarding people until I can trust. You know what I mean? Like, I'll onboard fucking people that know crypto. That's for damn sure. But when it comes to no coiners, I'm leading them to death. I'm saying, put your money here and come to die. Because you don't have enough nuance insight about smart contracts. You don't have enough nuance insight about security. You don't have enough nuance insight about what not to click on for me to trust anyone in this, because this is like thievery. Everywhere you go, it's thievery. It's just like, as clunky as this is, it's directly proportional to like the fucking shittiness of it.
This is so it says it went through. But I'm guessing 1 million pulse is basically, fractions of a penny. But here it is. And this is the Pulse network. If we go back to Rinkeby, I think that's basically the amount that I had in here. So I don't know if it actually went through.
Now switch to Pulsechain testnet.
But shouldn't it be
my bad.
right?
I was just
so this is from the faucet, right? It says received 0.1. And then it says received. I think somebody sent me this. Actually, I think somebody sent me a couple of these.
Hey guys, thanks for all the Rinkeby ETH donations. They go straight to Sam's supplement company, Triggered. And if you guys want Triggered,
shop.letstalkpeds.com. I just
.list.peds. Thank you.
I'll link down below. So it says that the transaction went through, I think.
Yep, I heard it.
Let's do So
R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years. Wow. Damn, dude, that's man. Our lives are good. Remember that, guys.
Okay, here we go. So it went from here to here. So now we have wrapped pulse. We have wrapped pulse on the Ethereum
network.
Test network.
So Sam can now, with what we all know about Ethereum, Sam could, and anyone in here that has dealt with Ethereum could sell what they earned from their free airdrop. You would obviously have to use different tickers. But Sam, I think that was great. I think that actually went perfect. We got to catch up and we got to go through that. And I wanted to show you that the hardest part of it is the bridge. But once you understand the bridge, you're pretty much good to go. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's like this. If you don't know how to get out, you're really not in, if you know what I mean. And I've been in that position before, believe it or not, like not knowing what I had in my bags necessarily. I just like, I have these things. I have Celsius. I have Polkadot. I have these things. What is going on? What is this? And to this day, people still don't know what that shit is. Other than like fucking 10 nerds.
We should do something with like 10 or $15 and just be like, hey, going from Ethereum to Binance, or from Binance to AVAX, or from AVAX to Phantom or something, to moving around inside of these things, because I think that will also spread we've talked about tribalism in different communities, or just there's like head down, not really trying to focus on what else is going on around the crypto space as much. And I think that would probably be helpful, because there's I don't know. I'm sure it can't be that challenging to figure out, but I don't know how to transfer from one network to the other network. Right? It would probably be a valuable videos to help people.
I think that would be an incredible video. And I think the amount of content that we're going to come out with, some repeats, as we go, updates, lots of updates. Me and Sam are on full-time crypto watch. Why? It's not necessarily because our monetary value is directly proportional to that yet, but he understands the wave that's coming, and he's positioning himself mentally. What did I just say? People don't know what they have in their bags. They sell them. They lose them. They get hacked. It's just is what it is. Unless you go through like ridiculous amounts of vigorous like understanding. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're superseding the process. We're just like, I'll take a year. I'll take the L. Not even the L, just like the learn. Like I'll just do the work. And then at that point, it'll be like regurgitation to us. So we'll be able to learn at a faster rate and it won't be such a big deal in our lives. I'm actually going to stay on here for a minute and just check out the network, Sam, after I use the bathroom. I'm assuming since we're getting close to 12:30, you might have to go. But if you don't, I don't care.
We'll run to the bathroom. I'm going to say what's up to everybody.
Yeah, please.
Real quick.
Yeah, tell everyone Sam's been crushing it lately. He has a supplement company. You should talk about some of that stuff for a minute and your Twitters and stuff.
Yes, I will do. I will definitely do that. If I'll actually see if I can share this up here, but I have Triggered, which I actually just bought a new URL. So hopefully that will be coming up soon, which let's pull this up here on the screen. If you guys care to check it out, some cool stuff over here. They're called research compounds. So there's a legal, loophole basically to get around and be able to sell certain things as research for research purposes. If you like that kind of shit, you should check it out. I also have another YouTube channel. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Z. I like the name. Keep the great work and valuable community. Appreciate you, bro. Yes, please go check out my channel. If you're watching on GRC's channel and you like individual videos too, besides just streaming, some people don't, and they only watch live streams. But if you enjoy the individual content, if you're watching on GRC's channel, click to the description and there should be a link for my YouTube channel. I'm probably actually going to be doing a video on Helgo this afternoon, and check out Helgo, what it is all about. It's another project that's going to be launching on Pulsechain. So many cool different projects, but that video is going to only be launching on my channel. So go over there, subscribe, press the bell notification, all that fancy stuff. Also, down below, there's a link for Twitter. Jump over to Twitter and say what's Gucci. As Sean mentioned earlier, if you do send a DM over in there, I will get to it. Just might take me a little bit of time. As mentioned on my to-do list is getting into messages and responding to messages. So for me, this is valuable. I haven't taken the time to play around with the testnet. It's not a real thing yet in terms of Pulse. So going through and doing this now helps prepare for that time when it is the case. And the first time using a bridge. So that is dope. Street Guru, what's Gucci? Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Keep the tutorials and exploration. You guys are in the trenches. We're working at it. It'll be a fun time. Yo, Street Guru just got you with $10, bro. Yeah.
Street Guru, keep up the tutorials and explanation. You guys are in the trenches. Yes, we absolutely are. Sam, keep up your work for the community. Very valuable. Thank you guys so much for your info. Rewatching a few times to make sure I understand. That's nice to hear. Yes. Please, if you do enjoy this content, though, you smash the like right now. Come on now. Smash that like button. Hit the share button. I'm going to stay on here for a minute and talk about some market stuff because I haven't done any of my research this morning, so I thought it'd be a better time to do it than while I'm live already. And me and Sam never get an opportunity just to spit because we always have structured episodes. We're trying to do it by the book,
Yeah. So this is good though. It was maybe sloppy to some people's standards, but this is perfect. How real people are going to do it. That's how real people are going to do it. I appreciate you guys. GRC. Hey, if you need anything, we'll talk later today, bro.
What's up, guys? Everyone who's in here, let me know you're in here so I can identify yourself. Street Guru, thank you so much. Nam, thank you so much. 450K ETH, spicy. If PLS will have a SEX listed on it, centralized exchange, with fiat on-ramp, they don't need them bridge. Yeah, but we need it. Yeah, that'd be lit. I'll be watching the address. George, What will I do? What will it do? Oh, PBM, you son of a bitch. Oh God. Good to see everyone in here. What up? What up? What's Gucci, boys? We out here. The team. Come on. Let's go to the Twitter. Let's just go to the Twitter. Let's just do some Twitter research. Because again, I stayed up all night with Axis, so I slept. I took the opportunity to sleep in. Oh, guys, you almost just saw all my DMs, but I didn't have it posted yet. What a crazy night that was. On my mind, I had the weirdest dreams after that shit. Dude, I had the weirdest dreams after that shit. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, it's fucking sketchy. Wearing my hex tee to bed to manifest it while I sleep. Here we have Sydney Hexagon Girl, infamous for the shower shot. She is the best crypto progressive. I agree and disagree with Richard Hart, but that doesn't mean I need to hate him. Life is simple. Everyone has their own opinion, and everyone can think for themselves. He is a simple person like all of us. Remember, he is a marketing genius. I try to remind people that all the time. Marketing genius means marketing ingenuity, marketing the new shit. He knows what's going to happen in the future, so he's setting himself up for that because he knows all the plebbery that's coming on. So he probably knows that being boasty is just like way ROI higher than just chilling and chit chatting. Luckily, here at GRC has a rock solid, chiseled physique, so that does all the marketing. That does all the marketing for us, and I suggest RH gets with GRC. So I can make his life 1,000 times better for 45 minutes a day. 45 minutes a day, RH, and I can make your life better. If you can do 45 minutes a day, psh, you're golden, buddy. And I'll let you eat, boy. You can eat. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how to do it. I'll tell you how to do it, bro. Let's see what we got here.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Get the fuck off of me! What are you doing fucking bad? What is wrong with you? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on this fucking
What did I just witness? That was absolutely incredible. Wow, guys. Oh my God. I love this. I trust BlockFi more than I trust smart contracts. I trust BlockFi more than I trust smart contracts, which, by the way, are neither smart nor contracts. BlockFi, bring your furus here to die. This is Hexalina Pulse a lot. Bring your furus here to die. Bring your followers here to thrive. Furus shield middlemen counterparty risk. We shield true decentralized finance where you earn yield paid from inflation while you securely control your own private keys with no middlemen and no counterparty risk. Hex.com. Remember, guys, there's a reason. The branding thing could be a lot bigger if you don't, when you talk about Hex and Pulse and real DeFi, it's not like a branding perfection, but we know where this stuff's going, guys. So we're setting ourselves up for attack. We're setting ourselves up. Let's get back to the Twitter. This is incredible, guys. I never get one-on-one time with my peoples. So if anyone's in here, smash the likes. I'm going to go until I get 100 likes probably. So let me look how many likes we be at. Only 55 likes, guys. Are you kidding me? I don't even believe it. 54 now. Haters, man. Haters. Big time haters. Haters ain't me, so they ain't me or whatever. They can't be me, so they want to be me. In case you were... You're only getting the best and most crucial information here at Crypto in the Morning. If you don't know about Polygon, make sure. I'm gonna show Pokegon real quick. You guys want to see something crazy? Who could be the first Pokegon live streaming god? Who could be the first guy to gain every single badge in the 60-hour Web3 seminar? Workshop with the Pokemon interactive game with geominting, first ever of its kind. I could, frankly, and I really, really, really want to play Pokegon, and I really want to show you guys something. If you guys have not seen this masterpiece, just come down a little path with me. Let's turn this music up a little bit. Everyone fall into your seats. We're going for a little ride. Just sink into the moment, guys. This is what the future looks like. Checking to see if you are in a geomint area. Let's see what happens. Am I in a geomint area? I don't know. Am I able to get past this part? I don't think so yet. I don't think we're able to. I could be completely wrong on that. I've been trying to play this fucking game. Hello. And then it'll pull up your Metamask browser. And it'll connect to your OpenSea. But I'm on the wrong network right now, so it's not really going to matter. But again, guys, you come in here, the Pokegon kingdom is vast. And we're going to have it our way. So you all just know that right now. I'm going to drop out. It's not live yet, is it? No, it's not live yet. Only invite list can come forward to mint. I already have my Pokegon. Hate us when they ain't us. Top tier shit poster. Yes, he is. Let's go back to the Twitters, guys. If you want my commentary every single day on the Twitter sphere, actually not every day. I don't really fucking look at Twitter that much, but I like to look through stuff and comment on it more like in a funny comedy way, because I usually am thinking about stuff that's not so funny. So this can be somewhat entertaining to me, which I need some entertainment. So let's look here. Let's scroll back to the top. If you haven't been following Jake Sharp, you're making a mistake. I've been to the depths of hell. A little hard work doesn't scare me. I totally agree with that statement. Stay alive. When haters tell you market's down, send them this. We got famous up in here. Axe gold key dropping some knowledge. Real inflation based on 1950s methodology. As you can see, we're all-time highs with no chance that we're going to continue at all-time highs, guys. No chance. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. It would be a horrible, horrible thing to see. But this is dope. Good to see that we're going into the bear market. Find the path that is uniquely yours. Your life, your rules, your worldview. That is where you will find true power. Nerd girl, if you cannot understand why a coin is a top 10, you need to shut the F up. If you cannot understand the market that you are participating in, you need to shut the F up. I totally agree. We got Jake Sharp and cryptographics up in here. Scientific evidence that cats don't give a F. Oh, we're not watching that. Guys, if you didn't see this, we have RH Max brand Hammer, and Fashion Coder here. They all went out, it seems like, to some sort of event here. And there's a Valiant Brand, his brother, RH Max. Looks like a couple of the peeps, Fashion Coder. Great group of people here, guys. That's the Hexakin community, the smartest people in crypto. There's Gunther doing his Pulse Doge situation. What do we got? Our boy A-Bit. Build 10 businesses. Online 3 failure, 7 feel good. And at least I try. What about you? Whoa. Let's look at this. Zillow gone panicked. Small slice of LA. Everyone now wants to sell ASAP. Huge increase in inventory. Too late. You missed the pop. A few will get lucky, but everyone else is holding the bags. Anyone can't go wrong with real estate. Oh my God. They floored the entire real estate industry. What a rug pull. Never a bigger rug pull in history than the last since 2008 in the fucking housing market. Crazy shit, dude. People, even right now, people still in the sticks are buying houses, but they'll soon stop because people have stopped in the city. You wouldn't dare right now buy a big ass place in the city. In the subs, you still would. Again, and you actually have to hedge on like where the potential like housing, because housing is all based on location. Got to catch them all. Too bad they're all going to be unique. Guess I need to get more. If Bullish can ever escape his fatherly duties to Geomint. Motley, I'm absolutely pissed at you. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Someone send me a pokey guy. Someone. Anyone. I only have 3. I offered one to my brother and he told me to fuck off. So can't wait for the real estate market to crash, even though it'll take time. It'll take a hit in the short term. Yeah, I don't think the real estate market can really crash, but like I think people aren't going to be buying houses in LA, New York. I don't know that for certain. I'm not that smart, but I just don't know anyone that would right now. Like I know a lot of people that kind of are rich and they buy houses all over the place, and I've never seen someone that I know buy a place in LA in the last year or anywhere like popping like that used to be popping 10 years ago because they're like half scared. Being in LA is like sketchy now. Motley, I'm going today. Spoke to my wife. She's meeting me there after work. Bullish is going to Central Park later to get his wife lunch, aka Geomint more Pokegon. This is what adults do. So as you can see here, oh, was I even ever pulling this up? Did anyone ever see this? Wow, I might not have been pulling it up. So yeah, look at all that precious money. That's that's like probably like $500 million worth of real estate, if not way more. And just in this picture, it's probably $1 billion worth of real estate. Look over here, 3.8 million, 21 million. Damn, everyone's up for sale. $21 million house up for sale. Like, RIP, bro. Who's paying the mortgage on that, bro? Mortgages have doubled, bro. I sold my investment property in August from jail. Classic, David. Nice work, David. What's HVID doing? Oh, I guess she deleted that, maybe. There's A-Bit and his beautiful girlfriend having a good time. Here's some NFT girls with her boobies popping out. Cold outside. Very cold outside. Whoa. The ferrofluid audio visualizer created by artist David Jung dances to the music. Holy shit. Dude. That's insane, dude. That's wild as fuck. Here we have the Highest of Stakes movie. An epic series is coming soon that introduces each of the characters in the film along with the producers and executive producers that made it happen. That'll be good, guys. Stay tuned. Lots of hexagons. Lots of good stuff, lots of controversy, lots of interesting stuff here. Bro standing on his tiptoes. Sean O'Malley's fighting tonight, guys. Guys, humongous. Is today Saturday or Friday? Fuck, today's Friday. Yeah. Tomorrow Sean O'Malley's fighting, so we're all excited for that. I'll be watching that. Okay. Send me your address, Bullish. I'll send you the cheddar. Hoping we get a good collapse to buy an awesome Puerto Rico property. Yep, I'd love to. I'll be your. I'll protect the land while you're not there. 0 to 60% right now. Let's check the markets. I almost just clicked out of my fucking stream. Nomics.com. I got the wrong time frame up, so just ignore that number. But let's check the daily. Okay, markets are a little bit up today, propped up by a freaking pencil. Literally. Hex holding strong over that 3-1 mark. Letting everyone know that it's staying strong there, but Bitcoin to 11K. If that does occur, I would be sketched out. As far as not me personally, but if you don't like that the price is going to go down more, then I would be sketched out. But again, in Hex world, you can never be 100% certain, but I think it's fair to say like this is the first like full reversal bear market macro nightmare that Hex has probably withstanded. And you know, who knows how long it'll be, but we all know where it's going. We'll be somewhere like probably like here. I'd say the next bull run would get us up, you know, in this area between $3 and maybe $1, you know, would be lit, right? Seems possible to me because from the bottom here, 0.017 to 56 cents. I mean, that happened really quick, really, really quick. If you extrapolate from the bottom of that, like from here, or, you know, it's like pretty crazy shit. Dude, I want to sell my house so bad. Someone tell me how to sell my house. Someone teach me. I need help. I'm not saying that. I'm not desperate for anything. I wish I knew how to sell a fucking house. Or like obtain money from my house. I just am kind of lazy with that shit, to be honest. I hate taking on leverage. It kind of scares me because I hate thinking about paying. Like my overhead's so low that I just like it. Just like I could vibe with this forever and then just make more money, obviously. I might be out. Just let me know. I'm good for 1 ETH. My house is in there. So at the top, Hex will separate from Bitcoin and ETH once Pulsechain. Yeah, but you know, what if it's more explosive during Pulsechain? I gotta invite my boy Bullish on here because I haven't talked to him, and I want to see what he's doing.
What's up?
What's up, dude? How are you doing today?
I'm good. I have a little breather. Baby girl sleeping, taking a nap.
Very good. How have you been excited about Polygon and your minting, your geolocation minting? Is that something that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm part of this private group of people who are doing geo minting in like multiple locations. So we're gonna be doing some trades. Should I have a nice little Geomint collection.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. This has been really fun for me to play around with and learn about, and it's opened my eyes to a lot of shit too, which is the cool part, like about what's possible and what other people are doing in the industry. It's weird how, like, because I know you're learning a lot of that stuff too with like the specific crypto.
Right.
It's crazy to realize like what are some of these projects these guys are doing are truthfully incredible.
Yeah, what we're starting to see now is some of the stuff that I've said before, that a lot of the cool stuff, a lot of the innovation, a lot of the progress is going to be done during the bear market. It's happened twice already. It happened during Web 1, and then the .com boom and crash, and then all the innovation happened, which introduced Web 2, mobile only, full stack. And now we're in a little bear market, Web 3, and now we're going to see a lot of those stuff that already exists in the Web 2 world starting to come over to the Web 3 world. So it's exciting times.
Are you going to be hosting the fights tomorrow?
I didn't know, but I can if you want me to.
Just because there are actually 5 title fights tomorrow night, guys. Like literally in a row. Like it's like the most insane card of the year by Israel Adesanya. If any.
Yeah. That's all you have to say. I mean, that's my guy.
Israel Adesanya, Max Holloway, Sugar Sean O'Malley. I mean, it's at 7 p.m.
The prelims, right?
It's in Vegas. So 10 p.m. would be the main card.
What time does prelim start?
Probably
7?
around. It depends if they're doing a double card, because sometimes they do double prelim. But probably like 5:30 or 7, depending on the card.
It's 276, right?
Yep.
So yeah, it starts. Main event starts at 10. Preliminary starts at 8. So an early preliminary starts at 6.
Is there anything else that you're So we have a Discord, guys, where to be honest, I suck at Discord. I'm still trying to get used to it, but when there's fights like this on, like there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that want to watch this shit.
I'll drop the Discord in the chat if anyone wants to join tomorrow. Just a Discord server we have set up for GRC, and usually I stream it there. We were doing it in Telegram, but Telegram craps out sometimes and adds some buffering and delay. At least on Discord, it works flawlessly.
And to be honest, if the two companies both survive, Discord's going to dominate them. I feel like, because I feel like Telegram's just starting to get like, first of all, Discord has so many features. Discord has a lot of features. It's more like futuristic-y, cool, fun. And this is just from my perspective, because I've not used Discord yet, except just rolling through it. It seems like it's way better, but I don't know about security and all that fucking shit. But anyway, guys, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, that's when the prelims start, the normal prelims. And if anyone just wants to know that's going to be a fun card to watch. So if you're around your local area, go ahead and watch those fights. They're going to be really interesting. We did that long stream last night, Bullish. That was pretty wild. That stream last night was something.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, my apologies that I passed out. Like,
oh no, dude. I told everyone. I was like, dude, he's good. Like, they were just wondering, and I was like, bro, we don't. That stream was a lot,
yeah, I wasn't expecting it to go that long. Like, the information was awesome. I'm gonna rewatch the second half. But yeah, me, like, my weed guy came, went, go smoke with my wife, and I'm there, jamming on the phone. Next thing you know, it's 4 a.m. I wake up, I look at my phone, I'm like, oh man.
The stream worked out last night. I think we got our message across to a lot of people, which was great. People were all up in the chats in a couple in Wales. This was blowing up. Everyone was having a good time, I think, in the community. It was like an old school kind of stream for the intellectual guys. So if anyone wants to rewatch that, it's on my channel. It's on Wales channel.
It's on the Axis channel as well.
Axis channel, Bullish channel. And yeah, so as we move forward with all of this stuff, guys, just remember, like, the macro looks really bad. And I'm not talking to anyone in particular, obviously, but if any of you youngsters are in the chat that are kind of not know what's going on here, just know you should be focused on making sure you can protect yourself, which is not hard, but you don't want to be distracted by all of the distractions in this life. There's many distractions, many things want to take away from your time, many trapdoors. You have a baby with the wrong person before you're ready, blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. Anything like that. Protect yourself, because money's not going to be growing on trees necessarily unless you're in hex.com and you're making trustless yield every single day. But anyway, Bullish, is there anything that you're working on that you want to talk about?
There is some stuff behind the scenes I'm working on that I can't talk about yet, but some of the stuff I could talk about is the ETHMOS validator, which we're launching to promote Pulsechain.
Yes.
We already have a name. The name of it is going to be Pulse Stars, to tie into the whole Cosmo ETHMOS ecosystem, you know. So that's going to be Pulse Stars, because, you know, we're a bunch of all-stars over here. So yeah, so we're gonna, you know, we have domain secured, social secured, and, you know, once we have it up and running, we're gonna work with the community to make sure we properly promoting Hex, Pulsechain, PLSX, some of the projects that are coming out, the creators and influencers within our community. So as people visit that website, you know, they can see what's up and gain all the proper information. And phase 2, we're going to start working on like airdrops to people who delegate, you know, which they can claim on the Pulsechain side, you know. We'll start teaming up with other people who are launching stuff and offer, you know, some incentives to people on that ecosystem to try to get them to come over and claim on Pulsechain whenever, you know, it releases. And, you know, if it hasn't released, by the time we're ready to do that, we'll just, you know, start airdropping stuff on that chain. So there's like Pulse Team and Pulse related. So looking forward to that. That should be, you know, the goal was to have it come out July 4th. We're probably going to delay that because it's a little bit too short, and this Pokegon stuff like kind of got in the way. So yeah, that's
classic crypto. Guys, if you were looking for a hot mixtape for the summer, 4 attendees out in these streets, volume 1. I mean, come on, guys. The memes in this community are absolutely. Let's see what other.
Another thing we're working on, which some people already know about, a show with CZ Hexy,
CZ,
called DSL, which is an acronym.
Is that channel live yet? Like to a link?
The channel is there, yeah. But we've just been sending everyone to DeFiSexyLadies.com. I'll drop it in the chat, so this way you can go see all the social channels and subscribe and stuff. But yeah, the DSL is the acronym for DeFi Sexy Ladies.
If you know any DeFi sexy ladies that might like to be in something like this, hit up Bullish and CZ.
I'll pull it up. We have there's a little a sneak, like a little 15-second teaser to the intro. So yeah, that's on the channel as well. So it gives people an idea of let me pull it up. Give people an idea of what that looks like and what the look and feel of the show is going to be like. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's essentially a panel of some sexy ladies, and there's always going to be a male special guest as part of the show. You know, a little bit of interviews, a little bit of games. You know,
now is this all within their own houses, separate?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Because of
I just didn't know. Maybe some of them lived.
It's going to be produced. It's not going to be a live show. It's going to be produced. So we're recording it offline, and then I'm editing, adding, you know, graphics, music, you know, the whole 9 yards.
Very cool. Oh, that'll be really interesting.
Let me just show them this teaser real quick. Where is it? Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna play this teaser. Can you pull it up?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is a little teaser. Let me make sure the volume's good.
Little teaser, guys. Little teaser. Guys also use VPN to watch those streams. Well, oh yeah, don't.
Yeah, so for anybody who's worried about that, just come into the Discord. I have all that figured out. Crisp quality, no buffering, no dropping.
And those fights are going to be like, those guys want to show out because they're on the biggest stage of the last 2 years. So those guys are praying for knockouts, big YouTube clips, you know the whole deal. So it's going to be one of those cards where they're just swinging for the fences, not trying to get that win, but they're trying to get that knockout, because Dana's going to be there, everyone's going to be there, and the stage is huge. And you know, guys, I'm a huge UFC fan. It's the only sport I really like to watch anymore. But guys, we went through the test net today. We got all the way from getting your free TPLS to bridging it to Ethereum, all your airdrops or what you'll be having, to being able to sell it on the Rinkeby Ethereum network. Yes, it is a little clunky if you're brand new, but just know it's not difficult, and you can do it by practicing now. If you practice, it's way easier when you're doing it on your computer with your Trezors. Trust me, you'll be fucking shaking like a leaf if you don't fuck with this shit early. And I know you guys that are ignoring this, that's okay, but put it into your mind. Know that that pressure should be on you. Know that at some point you should be looking at that. Your time will come. And if you haven't learned the lessons yet that you need to learn, some people can just learn from other people's mistakes. Some people have to take L's. I'm kind of one of those guys that has to take L's. Bro, open a short position on Hex using fiat. That's sketchy. This UFC is going to be effing activated. Yes, almost done. FT will be revealed for the new website. Guys, bullish. Great to see you, bro.
Likewise.
Thanks for being up all night. Thanks for hosting that stream.
And we have another one coming up soon. Do we want to promote that now, or
we could promote that right now? Sunday, guys, volume 2 with the guys. We're a little bit buffed off, so we know how to kind of vibe with each other a little bit better this time. Complicated stuff, but I think we all are in a better position with it now. Axis is working hard as shit. Sunday, we're gonna push the absolute nonsense out of this stream. Sunday, we're doing the next volume of the discussion, guys, and it's gonna get way, way cooler. These are the topics that we really want to talk about. So just remember, guys, every single day, try to get a little bit better. Watch good content. Don't watch people getting killed on the internet. Don't do that. I do that sometimes. I watch and it's bad. And I was talking to Axis and he's like, you got to watch what you're watching. And I think it's so true. I think you need to positive people in your life, positive visions in your life. Safety, guys. Save your families, protect your families. Macro nightmare. I'm going to be here with you guys the whole time, every single day. You already know the deal. I'm going to drop my link for my Ethereum address if you want to donate. But I'm going to be here every single day, no matter what. Nobody can stop me. I'm talking to Justice Hill. We got lunch. So me and Justice got lunch yesterday. And he's a really nice guy. He's an absolutely really nice, like cool dude, down to earth. Everything super, super nerdy, super cool. Hold on, I'm dropping the Ethereum address right now. And he wants to start doing some streaming. So I don't know. I hope he's not watching this, but like we got some plans for next week. We're gonna see about me and producer Bullish and him are gonna have a meeting, and we're gonna talk about maybe doing a stream per week or him getting his stream set up. But he is going to be coming on here next week, and we're going to be chatting it up about the future of crypto streaming. And I think with him being in the NFL for the Ravens, and I'm in that area, I think it could be a good segue to get some really cool guests, really cool awareness, really cool stuff going on. So guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm coming at you live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern. Some days it's a little more structured than others. I'd say 90% of the days are pretty structured now. 10%, I'm going to take the time to sit here, talk to you guys, do my thing. You know what I mean? But it's been great talking to everyone. I hope everyone has a great day. We're going to drop DeFi proof. Bought my Hex from the start, guys. You already know what it is. It's your boy GRC. Every single day. Follow me on Twitter. I'm all over Instagram, guys. If you're not following me on Twitter, you're falling behind. If you're not following me on Instagram, you're getting wrecked. I have a TikTok. I haven't posted on in a while, but I'm going to be trying to get on here as much as I can, and I'm going to be doing a little Pokegon streaming. So everybody, you be ready for the future, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Pieces, peeps, pieces.
X, you dripping on them motherfucker.
Richard Heart. Richard Heart.
Bought my hex from the fucking start. Point one every day we mark. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Checking my Metamask moving. Look at the hex, he is mooning. Looking at wives they be choosing. Peter is why they be losing. Pulsechain's out, gonna get me a check. He's gas up and it got me a mess. Remember the times he died collect. Hex I me eating, I'm dying in the best. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this Pulsechain lingo. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this Pulsechain lingo. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Richard Hart.